Hey guys, Famous here, and today, making a video about what happened when it came up to the PewDiePie situation. Now, last time I mentioned PewDiePie, it was in a video stating that YouTube was basically shitting the bed, and that I ended up joining Scale. Now, this was quite some time ago. We're talking about maybe almost 6 months ago. But the point being is this, so PewDiePie ended up accidentally, and I will be citing on PewDiePie's, side. PewDiePie accidentally dropped a racial slur. He accidentally dropped the hard R while playing, I'm assuming, PUBG. Most of the people that watch this are gamers themselves. If you're not, realize that gamers say things when they're annoyed or pissed. Like, we are literally the most, when it comes up to the most gay, the most racial, the most bipolar people on the planet. Gamers say things just to say things. Like, I've seen so many gamers like say gay shit to each other because they think they're really close as friends, and no one's bothered by it. That, like, that's how they are as friends. That's what they say. They know they're joking about it. They're not serious about it. Or I've seen gamers get so mad they say the most racist things just because they're saying it. Now, I'm not saying what PewDiePie said is right, but I'm also saying that he did it not intentionally. Everyone is going for his throat at this. Everyone's got to realize, once again, it's not intentional. It's not right, but it's not intentional. Everyone, I've always thought this, everyone is racist. There is no one in the planet that is not racist. Everyone has at least said or had one thought that was racial. So just because you actually saw someone, in this case it's the biggest YouTuber on the platform, say it, once again, I'm not saying it's right, but also don't murder him for it. It's not intentional. He's a gamer just like us. And like I already said, gamers, we say shit just to say shit. It may be not always right, but that's how we are when it's either being annoyed or pissed off or, whatever emotion. We just say shit. Of course, I'm not as known as him, but also realize from an aspect of being a fellow gamer, like him, I know where he's coming from. We end up saying things, and then we think, damn it, why did I say that? That's how we always think at the end. And like I already said multiple times, what we or him end up saying is not right more than half the time or all the time. But just, everyone pulling these memes out like NoahJ456 when you haven't survived the last adpocalypse and then PewDiePie drops the N-word. It was kind of funny. Got a little chuckle out of it. But, it's kind of things like that where, yes, it would really ruin, or not ruin, it would really put people in the aspect or in the mindset of, well, we haven't survived the first adpocalypse, which was, I don't remember if it was really due to what PewDiePie did. All I know is that, like, what PewDiePie did last time when it came up to those people in the country that didn't speak English, and then he made the video of having them write I hate Jews, which I assume is what it was, on a sign. And pretty much after that was the first adpocalypse. All the shit that's happening to YouTube now that everyone is hating started just right after what happened with PewDiePie. And now when people said apparently it was slowly reviving, like things were slowly going back to normal, I didn't see it because I still see people make videos to this day. For example, Lance Stewart, he made a video called Fuck YouTube, where he is just complaining what everyone else is complaining. He doesn't earn as much money because of YouTube's algorithm and how basically they are working now, all for the reason of after what happened to the first PewDiePie incident. And like I already said, I made a video about this. I didn't make much even when YouTube wasn't, shitting the bed in the first place, but I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to speak in the mindset of everyone else, like the general YouTube public. So, basically, with apparently people saying that it was slowly getting back to normal, like I already said, I didn't notice it for myself, but, if that's what a lot of people have been saying, then I believe them. And with them saying that, and now PewDiePie does this, most likely it's going well, not most likely. I can't assume that. People are thinking that it's just gonna go down the drain again. It's just gonna fucking shit the bed just as bad as before, or probably even worse because of this. Or hopefully, just hopefully, that, even though what PewDiePie did, it does not affect YouTube as badly as it has everyone from now all the way back to the first incident. If YouTube's gonna do something because PewDiePie end up saying or doing something, it should really affect, like, give the consequences just to that person instead of having to change their whole platform's ruling and algorithm, like, as a whole, which kind of basically gave the consequence of what PewDiePie did the first time to everybody. So for people that had nothing to do what happened the first time, they had to be affected by it. So think about in this aspect, think about like group punishments. Like, say if someone did something and they don't confess, the whole group has to be affected by that punishment because of the one person. Now, in this case, I'm not saying PewDiePie didn't admit of what he did. He, admitted what he did, and he apologized for it. But it's in this similar case that he did something, and instead of YouTube just doing it to that one person, YouTube ended up doing something to their platform that affected everybody in a negative way. And ever since then, people have been rightfully so complaining. I'm not saying that their complaining is basically bitching and moaning and just unnecessary. It's completely necessary because it's just affected everyone. Like, so many YouTubers had to refer to Patreons, and then the other thing, when it comes up to money, Onision ended up having to make his channel a paid channel because he was having so many financial problems. And same thing with Lance Stern, the things that are in his video, or for example, he used an example of his girlfriend. She made a video, and just because there was the littlest thing in the thumbnail, it ended up really negatively affecting that one video. It's just completely unnecessary. Now, YouTube, I know they don't notice my tweets, but I've been making tweets pretty much saying, YouTube, you need to fix your shit. Because, if everything was back to what it was before the first PewDiePie incident, a lot of these things that people had to refer to or had to do or have said would have never happened. And it kind of would have not made, it would have not made, like, guaranteed YouTube not really this kind of hated thing right now. Like, a lot of people started or have hated YouTube because of this. And, I don't hate YouTube for this. I'm just annoyed, or I'm frustrated with it, I should say, that YouTube has changed so much because of one incident. And I've had to see so many of my favorite YouTubers, or even big YouTubers I haven't known or watched, I have to see them make videos of them being so negatively affected, and it's just really disappointing to see. Now, I don't know if YouTube has tried so hard to get back to the way it was before, or if they haven't tried at all, but not only my way of seeing it, but also other people seeing that everyone in the YouTube community has come as a whole to pretty much send the same message of, we need YouTube back to the way it was. Because if the YouTube goes back to the way it was, people don't have to refer to paid content or paid channels. People don't have to refer to worrying about, the slightest thing that's completely unnecessary. Their whole video gets demonetized for no reason, or they don't have to refer to Patreons. And, it's pretty much now to look back at it as this golden age of YouTube that was not so long ago. And everyone was so happy to experience it, go through it. And all we want is to have that back, because it wasn't just a golden age. It was just a time where everything was right and completely, like, necessary if there was a consequence to happen towards one person. But now it's basically everyone has to share the same consequence, even if it's nothing bad in particular, just because of the first incident. And now people are so worried about the second incident when it comes up to PewDiePie that, like I already said earlier in this video, people just don't know if what they claimed of it going back to normal slowly is still going to happen, or if it's just going to go back to how it ended up starting long ago, or just even get worse. and I hope that it doesn't get worse. I really want YouTube to fix their shit. Hashtag YouTube fix their shit. Like, get that trending. And if it trends, I'm going to feel good about myself because I'm the one that's starting this stuff. At least I think. I haven't seen anyone die. The point is, just, you know, hashtag YouTube get your shit fixed or something. Like, fix your shit. You know, the point being is, not only I, but everyone wants YouTube to come back to normal the way it was. Back to where no one has to worry about their main income. Like, people that have their main income as YouTube, being so low of an income or just being so worried. I want to I want to be in YouTube at a time where it's not like this anymore, where it's just back to normal and everyone can enjoy. Well, I'm not saying people aren't enjoy making videos. I want people to enjoy making videos without having to change so much of themselves or their channel that everyone loved just because, you know, they're so worried about their main income because of YouTube and how they are now. So that's my input on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys also enjoyed the background footage. This is footage from my third channel called Old Line Wrestling. It's an e-fetting wrestling channel if you're interested in that stuff. You know, you can go subscribe to that. I'll have a link to it in the description if you want to go see it. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is Famous Give you content full superiority of gameplay, and peace.